my lord, all these, I think 4 or 5 petitions are there, where my lord, the rule of 2025 is under challenge, and my lord is sought for a declaration that this rules is ultra-virus to the constitution. This is the number 1 point. There are 4 matters are there, which is my lord, pertains to the economically weaker sections. Reservation for economically weaker section. That is my lord, 26, 27, 28 and 29 are there. But my lord, aspect to be considered that if the rule goes, my lord, I think my lord, everything will go. So Mr. Shamim's petitions, my lord, all these, I think 4 or 5 petitions are there, where my lord, the rule of 2025 is under challenge, and my lord is sought for a declaration that this rules is ultra-virus to the constitution. This is the number 1 point. There are 4 matters are there, which is my lord, pertains to the economically weaker sections. Reservation for economically weaker section. That is my lord, 26, 27, 28 and 29 are there. But my lord, so far as my lord, 16 to 20 is concerned, I've been informed, my lord, that in this matter the affidavits are exchanged. And my lord,
that we'll see. If you say that you continue with the 25 rules and whatever is there, then the whole thing, we go back to square one as we were, and we start it afresh.
My instruction is that the commission will go by with this 2025 rules for this second SLST.
All right.
Well, may I apprise this court?
My lord, only one thing.
Well, may I apprise?
Second, your lordship, my lord, initially was hearing 2 batches of matter. One, my lord, regarding the challenge to the rules, that is 10 marks and challenge to the rules, and another is, my lord, Ruvana Parveen, and another is, my lord, after expiry, that is item number 16. These were the 2 major issues, my lord, apart from EWS and everything. My lord, what happened? It is unfortunate, my lord, after your lordship heard it substantially for several days. The determination change went to Honorable Justice. We, my lord, the petitioners prayed that it has been substantially heard, my lord, except my learned senior friend, my lord, Mr. Dhar. Everybody opposed, including the commission, the matter has... not at all the view of the court.
Specific
not at all the view of the court. What we humbly submit, my lord, what we humbly submit, my lord,
Sir, please wait.
my lord, what I humbly submit before your lordships, my lord, since it has fallen from Mr. Bhattacharya, my lord, that they are
Continuing
permitting
with the 25.
this, my lord, it is required to be heard. Your lordship kindly fix a date and kindly make it substantially heard or heard in part. Otherwise, my lord, again, we will be put into the same situation for 5 months we have made to suffer.
My lord, may I appraise this court, my lord?
I don't know, commission, what they this
may I hand it over a notice?
stand they will take.
Oh, Baba. My lord, my lord, may I hand it over a notice, my lord? May I appraise
There
this
is
court?
a notice.
No, my lord, this is earlier notice, my lord. My lord, in this notice, my lord will, my lord, kindly take up this notice. In this notice, my lord, there is specific mention that this whole selection process is subject to the outcome of the several writ petition, my lord. On the 26th November 2025, my lord, Supreme Court passed, my lord, 2 orders. One is in Vivek Paria, another one is in Mousumi Mondal. May I hand it over both this, my lord? I just appraise this court, my lord, because of that is most important, my lord. The notice is very specific. May I read? Sorry. May I read the notice, my lord?
4th of December
4th of December 2025.
Yes.
In compliance with order dated 3rd December 2025 of this Honorable High Court, in WPA number 12434 of 2025, with IA number CAN 1 of 2025, with CAN 2 of 2025, this is to notify for information of all participating candidates in the second SLST 80/2025 that the fate of this recruitment process shall abide by the result of the writ petition, and no participating candidate can claim any right of equity if the result in the selection process is declared prior to passing of the final judgment in the writ petition. May I, my lord, appraise this court in this manner, my lord? whatever step taken by the SSC in the meanwhile, my lord, if they suppose they conduct the counselling, because the last date according to the Supreme Court order, that is 31st August. So that is upcoming. So they ought to hold the counselling. Whenever they hold a counselling or give a piece of paper that, like recommendation letter, they ought to mention it in pursuance of this court order. And 26 November 2025, Supreme Court specifically stated, my lord, kindly take this, my lord, this
Moushumi Mandal.
Moushumi Mandal and Vivek Paria order. My lord, kindly take Moushumi Mandal Supreme Court order.
Yes.
WPA number WPA 26288 of 2025 has been entertained by a learned judge of this High Court at Calcutta, and various issues were flagged by the learned judge in her order dated and 19 November 2025 passed therein. The matter on the file of this court as on date, including diary number such and such and badge, were kept pending only for the purpose of verifying whether the direction of this court in the state of West Bengal versus Boishaki Bhattacharya and others were implemented scrupulously. As a learned judge of the Calcutta High Court has now taken up that issue also, we are of the opinion that it would be appropriate that the High Court, being the court of the first instance, undertake the exercise. The High Court shall, however, ensure that none of the tented candidates are permitted to slip through in the fresh selection, be it on any pretext. The High Court shall also ensure that the list of tented candidates is placed in the public domain with full details so as to ensure that this does not happen. The special leave petition is disposed of in the aforesaid terms. The High Court shall examine, that is very important, the High Court shall examine the matter uninfluenced by the observation on merit by this court in the orders passed after the decision in Boishaki Bhattacharya Chatterjee Supra. The High Court shall also be mindful of the fact that the untainted candidate in the first selection were allowed to sit for the selection test to be held afresh, and their candidature cannot be adversely affected by application of the new rule. That is the West Bengal School Service Commission 2025 rule. Pending application is the shall dispose of. Now kindly take up, my lord, Vivek Paria. 26 November 20.
Well, I don't understand what my learned friend really wants.
My purpose of this referring this order is that whatever the steps taken in the meanwhile, because 31st August is the date, so you ought to mention it in each and every paper, because earlier occasion also in another selection process, the same thing happened. So abide by the result of the writ petition. Already that order is passed. In pursuance of that order, so they passed a notice. So each and every paper, whatever they give to the recommending candidate, they ought to mention it. Whatever the result, it to abide by the result of the pending writ petition. Until and unless, because of our right will infringe. Because of that, suppose this court hold that.
One notice, public notice is already there.
Yes.
That it will abide by.
Yes. But because we are sandwiched between the last date, because the last date is 31st August. If suppose any steps taken in the meanwhile, because they ought to take it because of that last date, so that will not infringe our rights. So our predicament is that time is limited. There are huge
Rest
matters.
assured, by 31st, this matter cannot be heard.
Yes.
It's impossible.
So for that reason,
My lord, it has been mentioned before the Honorable
Yes.
Supreme Court.
The panel has to be redone, considering that there is no OBC AB.
they're separate.
Today, he has not been rising.
Nilanjan Bhattacharya has not been briefed
Because
properly. In any case,
the
OBC AB
state
panel has
the-
to be.
In other matters, I'm seeing it that the OBC reservation is there.
Has to be.
Sir,
Because
I have-
AB is
sir,
not
I
there.
have-
There is one OBC candidate.
I have one.
Only one category. Mr. Bhattacharya has not been instructed. Mr. Bhattacharya will take instruction and.
Actually, see, it is like a flood that has come to
Yes.
Mr. Bhattacharya. It takes some time to just get over it. And go with the time.
I have a small submissions. Lordship may, for these two fundamental issues, issue number 1, rule challenge, issue number 2, who are tainted. for this fundamental. Lordship may fix all the matters on a particular date whenever it suits your lordships. And as far as the small matter of EWS, where persons who made an application and whether and they were allowed for entirety, that's a small thing. And that part, in fact, one of the matters that yesterday, Mr. Shanal also mentioned, Lordship allowed. Now, for that small matter, Lordship may, whether today or another day, can take it. And for the big matter, any particular date. And till that time, I don't think there is any requirement of passing any interim order because of the reasons there is a public notice.
Already there.
And most likely, public notice, and most likely, once the SSC's counsels, they actually sit with the matters and actually seek the opinion, so many things can happen.
It cannot happen over there. It will be here because only after we hear what the petitioners
I
say
understand.
that they'll get to know
Correct,
how they are to
Exactly.
act.
Exactly.
Only if there is an action, there
Yes,
the action
yes,
comes.
yes.
Without the action,
So
they
they-
will not be able
My
to
lord,
react.
your
follow
lordship
the law.
kindly fix a date. Your lordship kindly fix a date so that these matters can be heard. My lord, only humble prayer.
The date is today, and I am here to hear.
My lord, I am ready. My lord.
Yes.